Hello friends, welcome to Squared Plans. I'm Stephanie and today we're going to be setting up our horizontal planners for the first week in November. And I've got these washi tapes here, ready to go, as well as this booklet of vintage stickers and papers, and this sticker book which I'll pull from. So this is the last week of the October Plannable Challenge, and this week's theme is Pretty Creepy. So if you'd like to participate, go ahead and post your spreads up on Instagram using the hashtag PlannableOctober2022. We'd love to see what you come up with. Okay, gonna go ahead and lay down some wax paper for the theme this week so I get things started. Honestly, you guys, I have a vague idea of what I want this to look like, but in reality, I really don't even have a firm direction or know what stickers I'm going to use this week. So you're going to see pretty much the full process from start to finish, development through completion in this video. I picked up this vintage stack of, half of it is scrapbook papers, really lightweight scrapbook papers. And then the other half are washi paper pages, I guess is what I would say. So you can cut up the stickers individually or use the whole page as one big sticker, like washi sticker. So I picked this up at Stationery Pal. I'll be talking a little bit more about that in a future video. It's kind of a cool booklet to have on hand for more vintagey style spreads. And I saw that they had this beetle in this book and thought that that might be a kind of cool jumping off point for a pretty creepy theme. I really wasn't finding everything though that I thought I had in my stash that was more like bug related. I thought it would be kind of cool to do like bugs on flowers, so it's like bugs are kind of creepy, flowers are pretty, that kind of thing. But I don't know, it doesn't quite end up going that direction in the end because I just really didn't have enough to really sell the idea of the whole bugs and creepiness there. I didn't want it to be like Halloween creepy either. I was just thinking of like creepy crawlies and things like that. So that's the direction I start with. I just pulled out a piece of scrap paper from that small booklet as well and ripped it in half. Thought I might start off with that as some like background elements, and then I'm in the Planny Thing sticker book now, grabbing out some of the brown colored florals that I have in this book. Just again, kind of, I don't know, going more towards the fall tones, but I'm really just trying to formulate a good direction at this point. So just pulling things out and just seeing what I have and what might work together. Again, looking through the book, looking for maybe some florals to add in here for that pretty factor. So hopefully I'll be able to find something here that will start to give me some direction on this spread. So I'm struggling a little bit. Not real sure about the color scheme just yet either. Definitely feeling the browns. I kind of feel like that has a creepy factor to it. But I don't know. I don't know about the paper I pulled. Seems like it's a little bit too, I don't know, cream colored and a little too bright compared to the browns that I pulled in the florals. So I've jumped over into this other booklet that I have that I didn't show in the beginning. I also got this from the Stationery Pal. It is a Rosy Posy like scrapbook paper booklet, but it's also all stickers as well. So you could use it as a paper or you can remove the backing and use it as a sticker. I was looking through there, seeing if I could find anything in that. And then I also picked up some more vintage stickers and papers from Stationery Pal in this vintage box set. So I pulled that out as well, just really looking for some items here to pull in. really trying to match up a good color scheme at this point, and looking for what I have and what might work together. So take a little bit of time kind of going through these whole sets, just looking for what might work. These die cuts are all washi stickers, and then in the back I had some papers there and some vellums. So I pulled out a couple that I thought I might be able to pull in here from that set. I also remembered I had some rub-on transfers from the Dollar Tree from last year that I bought, so I thought I might be able to bring those in as well because they have some fun vintage feels. But now I'm back into the Rosie Posy book that I mentioned before, and I think instead of going the kind of insect and florals route, I'm going to go more towards like creepy Victorian. I'm not going to go over the top though with the creep factor. I just kind of feel like Victorian style things tend to be a little bit more creepy and just on their own. I mean, I like a vintage look, but for some reason there's certain like Victorian style elements that just, you know, they kind of have that haunted house feel or that creepy feel to them, even though they're benign items. So I'm going to go that route. So it's not overly creepy, but, you know, still maybe kind of fits the theme. So I've already cut out that picture of the lady on almost like a pink toned tag. I really pulled her because she has that almost like ghostly picture look to her. So I think that that'll work. Since I started going that direction, I decided to grab out some more from this other page, starting with this large angel picture document thing that again kind of has a little bit of a creepy factor to it. And we'll use those as the base of this design that I'm going to start building here. It takes me a while to build up this spread, kind of figure out exactly how I want it to look. I'm definitely going to bring in those brown and orange toned florals as the pretty side of things, so I'll be incorporating those, I think, as well into this. And then maybe a few washi tapes, just for some added color spread around. I am starting off with cutting down that one I mentioned though with the pink background lady. I just didn't like the tag feel of the frame that she was in, so I wanted it to look a little bit more organic, more natural. So I just kind of cut some of that off. And I'm going to start building up these florals a little bit here and creating some clusters with those. I'm also going to try to pull in, like I said, some more color with the washi. So maybe create a few layers with these orangish and brown toned washis that I got from the washi tape shop earlier in the year. So I wasn't sure if I was going to do clusters all around the spread or maybe focusing in on the florals, but I started really centering on the spine as the main space for the decor. I'm going to basically just kind of create a large collage along the spine of these like Victorian style items with the florals mixed in, and go from there and create the theme off of that. So one of the cool things about that set of washi stickers that I pulled is that you can rip them and, you know, create more of an organic look with those as well, since they are very similar to washi tape, but just like almost a sticker form of washi. I'm going to be doing that with some of them. And also too, I just cut out another of those angel-like picture elements from the Rosie Posy book. I guess it kind of reminds me of more of a funeral vibe because of the like black and white pictures and the way that it looks almost angelic. I mean, yes, obviously there's angels in the top and bottom one, but just the look of the photos just has more of a somebody's passed on kind of feel to them, so maybe that's why I get a creepy vibe from that. I also needed a few more elements here to fill in a gap or two in my little collage setup. So just looking for some different stickers that might fit the bill, and maybe even bring in some more of those florals here and there interspersed within this collage. I am trying to bring in a lot of those small elements. There are a lot of little things that I probably wouldn't use on their own, so it's nice to group them together and try to make more out of them than they would be individually. Looking through that book again, just looking for again more elements to bring into that little space that I have there near the bottom to fill the gap. And I found this little element. It's the right color scheme, not too orange or yellow, and just brought that in and more as a filler. And then I'll maybe cluster some florals on top of it or nearby it, kind of camouflage the look of it a bit. This spread took me longer than I thought it would, but I'm really happy with the end result. I think the time I took to really develop this spread was worth it in the end. It just took a while to get there. And I think I want some more florals here in the middle. Just trying to figure out what and where. Maybe I'll put a few more on the side too. There's really only two big cluster styles that will work with the color scheme I've got going on in the oranges and the browns. So there's more of a rounded cluster, and then the one I have on my finger right now, which is almost more linear. I've used the linear ones already within the middle there in the collage at the very bottom and then kind of near the center. And then the more rounded ones I've used in the corner and then also there on the side. Those plus the little clusters I created with the smaller brown florals, I think will be enough to bring in the pretty factor. Then I forgot almost about this last sticker that I'd gotten out of the vintage box. It looks like it's burnt paper with florals around, so like a burnt frame of florals. So we'll try to bring that in again to fill in some gaps I'm seeing there on the side. And I'm really liking the pre-cut down washi tape. It's cut down to half size. I ended up not using those in a previous spread, so I had those ready to go. And I like that additional brown tone there at the bottom. Now I'm into the Play Anything sticker book, looking for some focus boxes to bring in, and she's got some nice brown boxes that I think will work perfectly with this spread. These are very similar in color, but they're not quite the exact same color as far as the brown goes. So I'm going to separate them. That way you won't be able to tell so easily that they're not the same color. And then just trying to nestle them into good spots so that they feel a little bit more connected to the collage. And I'm going back into that vintage book. Don't think I ended up using anything from this little booklet on this spread. Mainly from the box set that I pulled, the vintage box set, and then the Rosie Posy book. All of those will be linked down below in the description, the items I actually used, so you can check them out for yourself if you're looking for something like that. And I'm going to bring in a little bit more of the orange toned washi tape here at the top. I feel like it would be beneficial to have a little more of that color as well on the spread. I'm not real sure how to incorporate it. I think it will look good here, kind of centered near the middle, and then the other two kind of coming in from the sides. So we'll go with that, and we'll trim it all out once I get it on the page. I'm also going to pull a mild liner to match up now that I know what the color scheme is going to be, so that I'm ready to go for my checklists. And okay, I'm going to drop in some of the more outlying items. And I'm going to white out the darker black lines behind the transparent stickers just so it's a little less noticeable, that dark line behind the sticker. And I'll trim those off and save those trimmings for maybe use later, or if I can get them to work around the sticker now, maybe pull some in. I think I'll wait on that, get the rest of the stickers in, and then see if I want to add that in later. I'm going to go ahead and drop in the washi tape for the top and some of those other outlying items with the whiting out behind each of those so you don't really see it. Drop those in. The washi tape too. I'm also going to white out behind it since it is semi-transparent. Again, just those darker black lines. I'm not going to worry about the gray lines on the page, just the darker lines. And do the trim out too on those items already on the page. And save those trimmings. Maybe possibly reuse them here on the page. I think I can add in this little floral here on the edge of this cluster. Okay, let's go ahead and do the main event now, and then I can fine-tune things if needed. So I'm going to roll off this whole center section. I was struggling a little bit with the alignment because the pages, I couldn't really see where the pages were when I was setting things down, so they kept either being too high or separated, but I finally got it to work and got it where I wanted it to go, all nice and aligned and centered. So now I'm going to start rolling it off, kind of pulling out the washi tape from behind the stickers and flattening as I go. This is one of the things I really love about working with the wax paper, especially when you're doing spreads like this where lots of stickers are touching and overlapping. It makes it really easy to transfer your designs over to your spreads. You can work things out, but then in the end you can just kind of move it all over in one chunk, which is really, really helpful. And I will do a little bit of whiteout behind some of those transparent stickers here in the collage. But overall that went pretty smooth. I'll also drop in the last piece of washi that I have ready to go on the bottom. I wanted to see first where those stickers fell before I drop that in. And we'll do some trimming. So you can really see how it's coming together. Again, trying to reuse any pieces that I think I can and save it if I don't really see a place to reuse it. I'm going to go ahead and separate the pages with my scissors, just looking at it through the back. And then I'm going to attempt to punch these guys with my Happy Planner punch. Surprisingly, this went okay. I was really worried it was going to stick, but I think just aligning it and doing the full punch worked out. So I was able to get a clean punch without anything getting caught in the holes, which is really nice. I'll go through here and add in my checklists using that mild liner that I pulled. And once I am done with that, you guys, we will be done, friends. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Also too, go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Bye!